Hello, everybody. Welcome to the G3 podcast. With it's me here with Meatbag, and Punishment may jump in here at some point. He's off doing some personal stuff for a little bit, and may jump in at some point. So, haha. Okay. So, uh, first, like say happy fourth decade to DnD, which within G3 here we're gonna be setting up DnD at some point. So we're looking for more DMs and people to come sign up. I mean, space will be limited obviously because you can't have too many people doing DnD. But to get you a little bit more interested, we'll talk about it for a little bit, and then we're gonna go into a little bit of league discussion involving the skill gap between luck and skill when it comes to Baron and just different situations within League of Legends. So um, I'll let Meatbag start off maybe with like a mini subject on D&D. We'll start off with there.
Main subject on D&D, huh? Well, first off, I'd like to announce that we do have DD coming up. It's a very nice thing to hear. I look forward to it. I hope you do too, Ace. Let's talk about a bit about the classes. What you can be in there. I mean, you can go from being a dwarf who's a barbarian. I'm sure everybody knows what the barbarian is. If not, get the meatbag. Hence my name. Meatbags sit there in the front line and take all the hits, and they work people. They go in there, they kill, they defend their teammates. It's just like one of the tanks in League of Legends for anybody who needs any more clarification. Other than that, I mean, imagine you could be a support class, cleric, anything like that. You can go from being a Warforged. A Warforged is a non-human class. It's pretty much, imagine a robot. It's not a robot. If you look into it more, it's more of a magical being, I would say, that's pretty much made out of metal and other types of materials. And it's a very interesting game. It has so many concepts to it that you wouldn't have time to learn it all within one night. I've been playing for a good 10 years almost. It's been a long time since I played it, and I can't wait to play it. How about you, Ace? What do you feel about D&D?
Oh yeah, I've been playing D&D for about the same amount of time. I also haven't played in a while though. There's just not that many places you can really go around and do D&D randomly. Um, you know what I mean though. Just random D&D games all around. You actually have to find like set up and organized ones. So I'm really excited just because of the fact that it's going to be G3 people and we're all just amazing people. It's going to be so fun. And just on that subject, D&D is a great way to meet people. And by the end of the session, the D&D session, trust me, you will be best friends with the other people that you're playing with, or you'll be mortal enemies if you decide to be a butthole, not do teamwork.
I've met a few of those.
Yeah, so um, I'm excited to just have fun with the G3 guys. So that would be definitely be a lot of fun upcoming. So um, but yeah, do you have something else to say?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to remind everybody that generic is going to be DMing. It's going to be the limited spacing. I am making sure people do know it's going to be limited since he's already got a few people probably in mind. You can't really do big groups. It's really hard for the DM to keep track of everybody. He's got to take care of stats, take care of the storyline, so on and so on. But we are looking for another DM who might be considering trying it out. You can learn it. DMing can be hard, but at the same time, if you just take on two people in the DM, it can be a fun adventure for you guys to learn. You only need to have two people at least. Doing DM in one person, I don't recommend it. But doing more than one person, try it out. You might like it.
Yeah, DMing is a lot of fun. I've done it once before. It's just fun to run kind of like the background world and stuff. So I would definitely give people the advice to go try it out because it is a lot of fun. It's not just playing the characters that's fun. DMing is also very very fun. So Super excited for that. Super, super. So we'll move on to sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. Dang it. We're gonna move on to the oh, you want to talk about? Okay, I guess we could talk about Rust. If you want to talk about Rust, that's kind of a big thing that's going on here in G3.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of people that have bought it within G3 and started like a faction within one of the servers. So I haven't played it personally. I've looked into it. It's really cool, but like I just can't spend the money on it right now. But I've just looked into it. It sounds like a really fun game. But go ahead.
Well, it looks like I need to gift you a game, Ace. I just found out your birthday present.
Please.
Rust is a very enjoyable game. It's still in alpha, so you can't expect to have the most perfect of. Uh, Man, now I'm stumbling because of Ace. You can't expect it to have the best game mechanics and everything. You're gonna be glitchy. If you fall into a rock, you might get stuck. And zombies can go. They can't go through walls, but they can come halfway. So if you're standing next to a wall, it's gonna whack you. But imagine just going into a game, and the best way to explain this is, it's a mix of Minecraft and DayZ, but with DayZ graphics. Now, for those who might not know what DayZ is, please go watch a stream. It's a very good game. I watch a person named Sacriel. He's streaming right now as we speak. He's very enjoyable. He's from Europe. Very enjoyable guy. He's funny. Another thing about it, though, is that you don't have to be by yourself. Like Ace said, there's a group of people in G3 who do run together in there. And we have proposed of buying our own server, just chipping in $5 because it's only like $22 a month, I believe, for like 50 limit, 50 to 100, I think, or something like that. And what you can do is, like me, we set it up to where I was you can't say the asshole of the group. I was more of the guy who got a target painted on his back because I would go kill people and they would see my name killing them because that's part of the game, PvP. If there's no PvP, it's let's be happy little cuddle bears, which isn't part of the game in my mind. You play the game to the fullest. Well, the group made me be out this big bandit. I was the biggest bandit on one of the servers. I come on and people be like, let's group together, let's kill Meatbag. Well, and they thought I was working alone. Well, come to find out, I have G3 members backing me up. G3 members will back you up in that game. I will say that. It was a fun game. But I mean, there's times where you get trolled and somebody with a shotgun comes wipe you out. It's a fun game. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what you're going to do. You're just going to have fun. Come and try it. I highly recommend it.
I've heard it called adult Minecraft. By
Very much so.
So, I mean, it's definitely a fun game. So go check that out. So are we good to move on to League now?
Yes, we can move on to League.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about luck and skill. So, as you know, when you're playing games and you get hit by a rogue Ezreal ultimate that was completely aimed in the whole 180 other direction that you're running, and you get killed by it somehow, it's obviously luck. But there's also that skill gap that people say that they're pro and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about the differences between that. So a big example that we're going to go over is Baron fights. Baron steals, Baron secures, all involves that smite and the jungler using it. So there is a 50-50 between luck and skill in using that, because you have no idea how much damage your team's doing to Baron, but you have to nail that smite just right, to either steal or secure it, but you could miss it at any point too, because nobody's a robot and they don't know how much damage is being put on a Baron. So I mean, that's just the best example that I can put out there.
Very much so. There's a lot more to that as well. Could you imagine what the other team's doing right behind that Baron wall? I mean, they can easily do my favorite thing to watch is a Zac jumping over the wall from side to side, smiting in midair. That takes a lot of skill and luck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you also have those jinx ults that might steal Baron because you don't expect it, and for some reason your jungler wants to save it. And there's plenty of other things into that, but when it came down to it, if your team's doing good, you can counter that kind of stuff by putting pressure at the same time. I've done a two-man Baron and had my team keep pressuring lanes. I mean, stuff like that, but you can only secure so much. There's still that luck factor that might come in, and you might lose Baron quite easily.
I think luck and skill are one and the same in League, to be completely honest. Just because of those calculations within the game, damage-wise. Damage is everything. So, I mean, just those calculations are just completely random. I mean, they're not random, but they're gonna happen so quickly you're not gonna be able to really respond and comprehend that. So, um, so I really think luck and skill are one and the same within League.
And you gotta also add the mechanics of people and how well they know how to use them. There's so many variables, it's kind of hard to just say it's just two things. But when it does kind of boil down to it, those are probably the top things. But could you imagine if bots learned how to use Smite and went for Baron and Dragon? Man, the new nublets will have a hard time.
Yeah, I could see Smite being implemented in bottom. Like I've seen people do it to secure, to secure minions, but you're pretty much gonna instantly get reported for trolling.
Oh yeah.
So, and I mean, I could see the possibility and the workingness of that, but it's nothing that will ever become common and or the meta.
Oh yeah. I'm not talking about bot lane. I'm talking about bots like intermediate, easy.
Oh, you're talking about computers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about AI. Shit,
Okay.
pushing bot lane, I don't know. No. That'd be trolly. That'd be like, oh, they want to secure something, don't they? No, I'm talking about like bots. If you ever played intermediate bots lately, you'll be surprised. You can't be as aggressive as you are when you're in a game with humans, because bots will instantaneously use their skills on you with precision. It's crazy. You go in and you walk out of the bush for a second, whereas a human wouldn't have the reaction time to instantly burst you with like a stun, to whereas a robot would. It's very interesting how they have bot levels skilled out and everything. To when you jump from that to humans, it's very different. Sometimes I think intermediate bots are harder than humans, just because of how well they can use their skills without having to think about it like us.
Yeah, they just recently, like maybe 3 or 4 patches, sorry, I apologize. The beginning of season 3, they completely upped the difficulty on the computers. So it kind of gives the new people the ability to kind of play against something that's similar to humans, because the old bots were so easy to beat, and when they jumped from that into playing against actual players, just the skill gap was massive and they would just get dominated. So they completely upped the skill cap on the bot computers, and they're actually really difficult now, even for seasoned players like me and plenty of other people. So they put so much aggression and push on the lane that it's just actually really difficult, because you're used to that passive farminess. If, like, for me, I play bot lane support in ADC, so I'm used to just sitting bottom, a little bit of poking, farming, and all that. But when you get into computers, they're all about pushing. So you're trying to farm passively, and they're just like shooting the heck out of you and immediately putting instant pressure on that lane. And it's like a shell shock, to be completely honest. Like, you have no idea what to do for the first 5 minutes because they're just pushing so hard on that lane.
I hope they teach the bots how to jungle. And that Smite will definitely be implemented, and it'd be kind of funny seeing a bunch of bots coming at you with Baron buff. Oh god.
The thing the thing that's going to be a really long time, to be honest. Just because of the fact that they would have to program the bot computers to jungle, to do a certain amount of rounds in the jungle, to gank. I mean, just the amount of programming that you have to put in to do that. So I don't see that happening anytime soon and or ever. But
Hey,
I
I can be
agree.
wishful.
Yeah, you could be wishful. I definitely agree that'd be extremely interesting and hilarious, to be honest.
It would put people in the mindset of what it's going to really be like. You're not going to have that 2 versus 2 99% of the time. You won't have 2 versus 2. You're going to have 1, 1, 2, and then one in the jungle. I mean, who in the right mind will send Ash top? Well, this guy did for his other account, but hey.
um, but the thing is that the bot computers don't have runes, and if you ever play on your scrub account, or you know what I mean. I don't know the right word. Um, but when you don't have runes, you finally figure out how difficult it is to play without runes. So it's extremely hard to jungle without runes. So I mean, it would be also the part that would be another factor that would be really hard with bots considering they don't have them.
The thing about the whole no runes thing, believe it or not, I read up about this. Bots actually have a bonus to their stats. It isn't just their no runes. They have bonus against other champions, I believe. And if I remember right, it was just that. And that whole bonus is they do extra damage, they have higher resistance, just not as much runes. Like they just don't have the runes, but they still have those stat bonus from being bots.
Hmm. But yeah, jungle bots would be really funny to me.
Warwick bot,
Just you, just
Pantheon bot.
it's because those computers can calculate how much health you have and determine like what abilities to use, and so it eliminates that factor of luck
You,
that humans have.
you know what factor they also eliminated? The whole factor of greed. They don't have greed. If they get hit enough, like if you chunk a decent health of them, they run. They don't stay in a fight. They just run. They don't come back and they go back and heal. They might be stupid on the first part, but they won't get greedy and they won't dive under turrets. If they do it one time, the game instantly learns, I'm not doing that again. And then you hit them a bit, they run. It's like, okay.
Yeah, like you could be shooting each other, exchanging, and you could be down to like 100 health, but they could be down to like 100 also, and they're not going to turn around and attack you. They're going to run. So they have those programs implemented into them where if they hit a certain amount of health, they're going to run and not turn around and take that advantage that a human would take to get that first blood or any other kill. So the human factor, um, the human factor between bots and humans also ties into, we kind of got off topic, but that also ties into the topic of luck and skill, just because the computers don't have that luck factor. It's all about computing, where the humans get those luck factors and the skill factors put together that could change a game completely and almost instantaneously, that the bots don't have the advantage of doing.
Well, speaking of off topic, Sweet Baby Ray barbecue is fucking amazing. That's all.
Oh gosh, dang it! I need to go get some barbecue now.
I have a bottle right here with me. I almost just want to open it up and just lather my tongue around Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
Yeah, so we're gonna finish up with LCS news. Kind of what's going on in the LCS, since we have a little bit of extra time. Punishment's back from eating his num num dinners, so
Without Sweet Baby Ray.
so he can help us out with that. He's kind of the expert in that. So welcome back, Punishment.
Hi. All right. Did anyone watch this week's LCS?
I watched a
Oh, I
little bit.
did.
I did not see like all of the games, but I did see like a bunch of like aftermath stuff. TSM is now #1 in NA. That is really nice to hear.
CLG jumped up quite well, and they showed a good performance. Sadly, they lost to XDG.
Joster played
But
amazingly well.
yes, he did.
I need to look at the EU really quick. Other than that, were there any surprises so far in the first 3 weeks?
Uh, my only surprise, which you can't really say is a surprise for me, I guess it could be for some, is Alliance. They're doing really bad in my like. They're really unperforming. Like they need to set up a synergy. They need to get that, and they need to get it quick.
Underperforming.
Otherwise, it's gonna hurt.
They're picking it up a little bit, but yeah, Shook needs to get better synergy with Froggen because Froggen's trying to do it all on his own, and I'm not sure that's working out the best right now.
It's all about League is all about synergy between players.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't have that synergy, you're gonna have some really bad problems, and you need to fix it quickly.
Okay, well, here's some of the top performers from the first 3 weeks. Reckles has a 1088. Like, that's insane. And his team is 7-1.
Reckles was a perfect person to bring into their team roster. Sorry to their old ADC, which I'm having a brain fart on. But
Push you.
yeah, but Fnatic bringing Rebels has stepped their game up a whole nother level. They were really good to begin with, but having Reckles, my God, he is just a monster on that Jinx.
Oh yeah, and rounding out the top 5 is 3 players from Fnatic, Genja from Gambit, and then Zaxxas from Rocket. I believe he's their AD carry.
I want to see Rocket do so much more. I'm an underdog fan.
Lane. I want to see them grow and like be actually contenders because they beat Gambit already, didn't they?
Yes, they beat everybody so far. Even I think they beat Fnatic.
No, they didn't. Gambit beat Fnatic.
Was it Gambit that beat Fnatic? Okay.
Yeah. Rocket is 5-3, Gambit 6-2, and Fnatic 7-1 at the.
So it sounds really, really close.
The top 3 is close, and then the bottom 5, it's literally like the NALCS was last season. We have 2 teams that are 3-5. SK is 4-5, which is actually surprising to me, and then Alliance 2-6 and Millennium 2-5.
Yeah, it looks like they're a lot of the losing teams are definitely getting pitted against the stronger teams, so that's going to be really fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm actually really surprised about SK. I don't think they're Candy Panda just carrying it. Sounds about right.
But I mean, Candy Panda can only do so much for so long. Sooner or later, they're gonna just pin Candy Panda down and say, "Sorry, SK, you just lost the only person who's gonna carry you." That was just like when Double F was the one they were focusing on keeping fed and everything. You can't have one person. You gotta have it spread around everybody doing jobs. That's how I see SK. And if that does come down to like CLG, when they were kind of falling, you're gonna just fall even further.
And alright, so going back to NA, because that's where we're all from, we have Meteos leading the KDA at 8.8, and then 3 TSM in a row with Dyrus, Wildtaro, and Bjergsen, and then Kiwi at 7.3, rounding out the top 5.
TSM, they climbed the ladder. They showed C9 isn't the big dog anymore. I mean, they're big dogs, but TSM's showing that, hey, better watch your back.
Yeah, so the standings for NA right now, TSM 7-1, Cloud9 6-2, Dignitas surprising 5-2, CLG 4-5, EG 3-5, Curse 3-5, Coast 2-6, and XDG 2.
I'd like to say something from the first podcast.
Coast.
Boy, overhyped. Proven in LCS. That's all.
Wait, isn't your team Coast, or was that who? Matt Jones?
Matt Jones, I believe.
That's Matt, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
I was an underdog fan.
Oh yeah. Wait, who did you want?
I wanted TSM to be top, and then I wanted to have C9 second, and I can't remember who my third pick was anymore.
Oh, wasn't it? I don't remember.
It wasn't Dignitas. I'll tell you that right
EG.
now.
It was EG.
Yeah. I wanted to see EG do well since they're coming into North America. I mean, I'm not a fan of North America or Europe. I like them both, so I don't care who's where. So if TSM went Europe, I'd like to see TSM in the same spot.
I mean, Coast had the first game of the season. I mean, Coast did really, really well, but they're just underperforming so much now. Like, I kind of had big hopes that they would come up and at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're really, really underperforming to what I saw in the beginning of this season.
Yeah, like the ones, because Coast, I actually thought they looked pretty shaky in the relegation tournament. Like they barely beat the Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, let's be fair, they are a very good group that I was hoping to actually see them beat.
Yeah, I wanted them to win.
I wanted to see them some fresh meat into the LCS of North America. If we brought Walking Dead, I think that'd bring a big twist, and I feel like the Walking Dead would probably better than Coast. Even though they lost the Coast, I think they could have brought some new stuff that the older veterans of LCS wouldn't be expecting, and they could have had a good standing.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see some new teams in the LCS this season.
We got EG.
EG came in. You know what I mean though, like a little bit more than what came in. I just like seeing.
Well, I think it meant NA.
And in NA. I was hoping to see some new teams come in that aren't as well known.
At the end of the split, who do you think will be in the bottom 3, and who do you want to see gone?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
For NA?
Yeah, for NA.
I see Dignitas being dropped down. Dignitas, and I hate to say it, EG and Coast will probably get the bottom.
They're 5-2 right now, bro.
I don't know. I want to go with something that's off the wall. Because Dignitas will have a good performance, and then at times they'll just completely sink down and underperform.
I think they're finally learning how to use QT and letting him carry.
I feel like Coast is definitely going to be one of the 3 to go down.
I think my 3 is Coast, XTG, and I'm undecided between EG and Curse. I think whoever gets relegated out of those 2 will stay in, but I think one of those 2 will be dropped down.
XDG and Team Coast are definitely going to be one of the 3.
Yeah, because XDG, I'm not sure why they did that roster swap. Xmithy's decent, but they didn't have enough time to actually switch.
Yeah,
Bloodwater and Mana Cloud, their 2 carries from last year are playing terribly. It's literally only Benny's the only consistent.
I didn't really like what they did, to be honest, with their team. But XTG and Coast are definitely going to be going out. I can tell you that right now.
I think they need to switch a jungler back, and sorry to say it is Zuna, but I think they need to replace Zuna.
Yeah, Xmithy was actually growing really well at the World Playoffs. I don't know why they did that. They think they were actually hitting their stride as a team, and they shouldn't have switched. If anything, Zuna should have been removed. Xmithy was actually playing really well. Sorry, anything else is related you want to talk about?
So
who do you think will win each region? Sorry.
I think
TSM.
I think TSM definitely. TSM's always up there.
Bjergsen's what they needed, I think.
Oh yeah, Bjergsen has brought them, like I said, with Fnatic, a whole new level. I would say Fnatic for Europe, but you know me, I like the underdogs. I'm gonna go with Rocket because they're doing pretty good for being the new guys. But who knows? New guys might bring new stuff they don't expect, but then sooner or later drop because it's easy to counter after a while.
Yeah, it's like alternate and MYM last year. And EU, they started out 5-0 and 4-1, then they just went out off the map.
Yo, exactly what happened. That's the dark horse ability of being the new group.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're gonna bring. You can do amazing for the first, but then that pro status of what all those veteran teams are, you have to bring more than just new stuff. You have to bring the synergy, the mechanics, everything. Just like we were talking about, you have to bring the luck and the sweet baby Ray barbecue sauce.
Oh jeez, it's so great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't put that much time into LCS, but especially last season. But I've been doing a lot of LCS this season. It's just so fun to watch, and it will improve you as a player just watching it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if y'all had a podcast like since OGN ended, but who was it? SKT1 beat MVP Ozone 3-0 in the OGN final, so congrats to them.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I have a hard time keeping up with them because of late nights.
Baker used his first skin in competitive history. That was the best part. That's all that mattered. We knew they were gonna win.
What skin?
Battle Bunny Ribbon.
Okay, it's a good skin.
If he had pulled out like Dragon Blade, but like pre-release, that'd have been the best thing ever.
Definitely. So, does anybody have subs on their team?
My old team Influx, we had Forest Dragon, and our coach Vampridge was helping us out if we ever needed a situation.
Are we talking about LCS or
LCS.
new people in G3?
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I do.
Oh
if we're
I
talking
feel
about
stupid.
LCS,
We're talking about LCS.
TSM brought a jungler, Night Blue, I believe his name
Yes,
was, or Night
they
Shadow.
have. Yeah, they have Night Blue, and then there's two more that they had already: Ninjakin and Altec. Both Altec is a AD carry substitute, and then they have two jungler substitutes.
Interesting why they need two jungler substitute.
Very.
I mean, what's the reasoning behind it? Is Odd One like foreshadowing in a sense that he might be retiring for a bit? I mean, he has been I think he is the longest veteran player. He's been playing since the beginning at beta and everything. He's been in every LCS tournament. So it's kind of interesting if they're foreshadowing him leaving, retiring. I mean, he's been there for a long run.
Yeah, Cloud9 definitely has a lot of subs too.
They have. Wait, it shows you like underneath the players.
Yeah.
Cloud9 has Core Kids. I think all of Cloud9 Tempest is considered a sub for the main squad. I want to see Dexter to come back and see, because they never got like the full chemistry down. I want to see what they look like with the full roster, because he's considered a sub at this moment.
So what do you guys think of Cloud9 Tempest in Europe?
Oh, aren't they doing like really well? I haven't like kept up with the Challenger series in Europe too much.
I know they are still in it. They are doing. I think they are in the semifinals. They did underperform in one of the best of threes, but I don't think it knocked them out. And from what I've seen, they're doing quite well. And I kind of hope to see two C9s and then someday two TSMs.
I don't think TSM will ever have a second team. Like, they don't want to get rid of that brand name.
Oh, you don't know. You can go TSM something over Europe, and it can still be controlled by.
In Europe, yeah, but not.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, well,
C9 Tempest, isn't that over in Europe though?
Yeah. No, Tempest is in America. Eclipse is in Europe.
I mixed up the last words. Sorry,
yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm looking at TSM. They actually have a top lane sub as well, Mega Zero from the old Marn.
Wait, who's Mega Zero?
Mega Zero from Marn. He's one of the other subs on TSM.
Wow, tell you the truth, Mega Zero is probably one of the most, he's a very good top laner. Most people don't say much about him, but you hear a lot about him in LCS and stuff. He's a very good top laner.
Yeah, I'm looking around just to see like some subs. You know, COG has Hotshot and Choster because they've actually played. I think that's the only team that's had subs that I've played so far.
Yeah, sadly for Hotshot, he had to play a couple games. I mean, he came back in swinging. I'll give him that.
That's for sure.
It's just fun to see subs play.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how EG used like their jungler sub back in Europe, and I want to see if any team will actually pick up on that and use that consistently.
Switching back and forth to throw off how people play.
Yeah, like they used certain junglers for certain matchups because I knew like it would like turn out better for them based off of the playstyle.
The hard part about that is that the synergy you have with one jungler, it's going to be different with the other, and it's going to be a synergy. It's going to be a lot of synergy for that.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
See how it turns out.
Okay. So we'll end it off there. I hope you enjoy the podcast. We're planning on doing them twice a week now. We'll have plenty of different people coming in and different subjects. So just keep tuned in. And it'll just be really fun. So thank you, Punishment and Meatbag, for coming on with me tonight. It was really fun talking. Really fun talking about Dungeons and Dragons. Just some League of Legends stuff. So thank you to both of you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys later this week.
Sweet baby Ray, barbecue sauce for the gods.
Have a good night, guys.